Hey, hey, hey. What's happening, family? Is it late enough for y'all? Well, I wanted to come here and redress and revisit the issue concerning Hassan and the comments that we were talking about the other day in the video where I said that I wouldn't have said that or done that, but I sure can understand why he said that. So I wanted to revisit that and clarify some things for some of y'all that are so foolish, not only to continue on pushing that when you know better, but foolish enough to come to me and ask me, how can I be supporting him after he says something like that? Number one, I've never said I condone that, and my very statement says I would not have said that, but I certainly understand why he said that. That was my premise, and that's still my premise. And shout out to Hassan Campbell. Y'all should subscribe to Hassan if you're not subscribed to Hassan Campbell and then Real Topics with Hassan. He's a good brother, man. Some of you Negroes here would love for all of us, me, Sinetta, the RBG movement, the Israelites, you would love to see us attack that brother for saying what he said. But let me tell you something. What does hypocrisy do for men, black men and women? What does it do for you? What does it do for you to sit up there and act as if you are without sin? Your very knowledge about that show is rooted in malice and sin, because y'all only tune in to that brother. Most of you only tune in to that brother because you love the mess and the bullshit. You love the mess and the bullshit of this whole little conscious community cancerous portion that has to do with hip hop and Bambaataa. And so I'm asking you, what has not only God forgiven you of, but what has some of you niggas' wives forgiven y'all of? What has the community forgiven y'all of? What has your mother forgiven you Negroes of? Many of you are homosexual or bisexual, but you judge this brother here who is obviously strong enough to tell you about the wretchedness that happened to him and to endure all of the hazing, all of the attacks, all of the nasty words about the brother, and even from myself, because Negroes are still trying to use that video or those videos that I made on the brother back when I was puzzled about who in the hell he was, puzzled about his motivation, puzzled about if I should trust him or not, if he's going to be another God in the community just to get as much money as he can and then run to the next community, like the hip-hop community. I said, how much has God forgiven you for? How much has your wife forgiven you for? And your children. Some of you niggas don't take care of your own kids at all. Some of you niggas on child support, but you're judging another man that is obviously taking care of his children. I'm reminded of Christ when the priests brought to Christ a woman that had supposedly been caught in adultery, caught in the very act of adultery. I bet some whole house or something. You ever asked yourself the question, why did Christ not rebuke her? Why did Christ not stone her with the people that brought her? Why did Christ not even tell her to repent? Because you do know that's a part of the story. Christ didn't even tell her to repent. Christ simply told her to go your way and do this sin no more. Why did he say that? I'm going to explain to you. When you have people that are willing and ready to persecute you at the drop of a hat, you must be intelligent enough and have enough spiritual discernment to look at their motivation. Observe them, the people that are bringing the bone. And so in that situation, just like in this one, when you're dealing with people that would want to crucify a person based upon hypocrisy, I said, what has God forgiven you of? What has your mother and your wives and your children forgiven you of? People like Lex Vortex, they got kids and won't do nothing for them. That woman, Christ sent away and told her, go your way and sin no more. That very woman, when Christ dealt with her, he dealt with the catalyst of all sin, which is number one, motivation, that which starts the body, the human cellular degradation of sin. And so why didn't Christ judge her? I'm going to tell you right now. If you are bringing someone that you caught in adultery, somebody need to be smart enough to ask you, how in the hell did you do that? Where was you at when you caught this person in adultery? Where was your heart and your mind at when you saw what you say you saw? I suggest to you, and Christ suggests to you through his actions, that those very men that brought her, number one, they were at the whole house or at the place where she was committing adultery. What are priests doing at a place where adultery is being committed? Number one. Number two, if you're that close to sin, you're partaking in it. That means if you're peeping in the window at a whole house, you must have been next in line. And then the motivation and the heart that is so telling. So telling of all of those that would persecute those that are either trying or incapable of getting to a specific place in the human evolution of spirituality and mentality, but are trying. See, all of you all that want to persecute Hassan for what he's saying, you're the equivalent to those people that brought that woman that was supposedly caught in the act of adultery to Christ. You're the equivalent. Because I'm asking you, where was your heart at when you was on Hassan's channel watching him that night? Were you watching to learn more about the brother? Or were you watching just like Israel Doctrine and Kev Gills, waiting in your mouth watering for him to say something that you can take and run down the street with? Where was your heart when you saw Hassan saying that? Was it in a place that would say, hey, man, I couldn't take what Hassan is taking? The persecution, the attacks on even his childhood, personal attacks on his children, his woman. I said in that video, some of you Negroes would have slit your wrist or your throat or took some pills and checked out of here if you were Hassan Campbell. Some of y'all have no idea some of the shit that public figures go through with people, and most specifically people of our own race. Dude said to me in the comment section of the Young Pharaoh video, What? Who? How did Pharaoh snitch? How is he snitching? And then he's defending that because of foolishness. I said to the brother, and I wish I could just go in, excuse me, I wish I could go and get the comment, but I'm on this stream here. But people that are filled with hypocrisy and ignorance and have no balance in their judgment. Your morality is skewed and all jacked up, and you're out here trying to deliver somebody else to justice. Israel doctrine. He's a child molester, a child porn connoisseur. Got a child porn video, and the police had to make him give it up. But you out here calling Poppy a pedophile, a sexual deviant. What has God and your wife and your kids forgiven you of? I bet you it's a list so goddamn long. Like I said, some of you Negroes are really bisexual. Like Nature Boy. Many of you niggas are bisexual. And your wives and your children, and even God forgave some of you Negroes of that. But then you turn right back around and you turn into those priests that brought the woman in adultery to Christ. You turn right back around and become that very same entity. And make no mistake about it, sin is one entity, that which causes sin. Its catalyst is rooted in the Garden of Eden, the Nachash, the whisperer, that supplanter that whispers in the ear of all that will give ear to foolishness, give place to foolishness. If you were that man, you would be dead. In closing, I've got to say it. And I said this one on the other video. When you push a man and you push a man and you push a man and you push a man until the point of no return and he snaps, you should be glad that the next day you wake up and you can open your eyes and you can breathe. Because when you fuck with people like that, it's called provoking them to wrath. And God said, don't do men, women that way, nor children, your own seed. Some of you niggas have no love in your heart, no respect, no honor. But if you had to walk his shoes, what would you do? The great majority of you would have been done some wild shit. Brother Hassan said what he said to try to get these niggas to understand how fucked up they are. Y'all done accused Hassan of having sex with children and doing all of this other fuck shit that y'all say about the brother. So what happens when the rabbit got the gun? It ain't no fun. And he goes as foul as y'all went. And when he do that, then you cry foul. That ain't cool. That's stupid. That's fake. That's untrustworthy. But that's what you niggas do. That's what you niggas do. So I'm going to say this in closing, man. Hassan, continue doing what you're doing, brother. Because the reason, I told you today on your show, the reason I respect you is because I have observed you all of these months, man. Going through all of the shit and even the shit that I poured on you. Listen, brother. Your mission in life is bigger than what these dogs are trying to bring to you or do to you. You keep going, Hassan. You keep helping whomever it is that needs help, that are drawn to your message. You stay strong. for your family, for your spouse, and for yourself, and for the people that are supporting you. I respect you, man. I respect you not only for standing and enduring this shit, I respect you for showing even Israel doctrines, wretched, terrible ass in the community, how to deal with a child porn issue. When you get it, report it. Call the police immediately. Do it, document it. Show other people how to do it. Brother, I respect you for that. So I'm saying to you, brother, keep going, bro. The reward is way, way, way sweeter than this shit. Peace, y'all.